Hi, welcome back to Real Auto Reports. I'm Jonathan McGrew, and today we are with the 2013 Kia Sportage. This is your SX all-wheel drive model, so it does have a turbo, and this is the Real First Impressions video edition. So we're going to give you our real first impressions, and we're going to see if you agree. So let's check this vehicle out.
From the front, the 2013 Kia Sportage, well, hasn't really changed that much from its big redesign for the 2011 model year. However, some things that we'd like to point out in this 2013 SX all-wheel drive, which really represents the top of the line Kia Sportage, is look right under the HID headlights there. You'll see the row of LED lights that are the running lights there. Those are really nice. It's a nice add, gives it a more high-end feel, and Kia with every generation seems to just be nipping at the heels of the higher-end car manufacturers, and they really do give a lot of value for the money. It's got some nice chrome brightwork trim here around the grille. Not really sure what kind of design that is around the grille, but it is interesting. It gives it a little bit of difference. You do have your fog lights here, and all in all, it's got strong design lines going up from the headlights and continuing up and over the front A-pillars there along to the back of the vehicle. Some of that is for wind drag and to help the wind coefficient, but it does give this car a bold and strong look from the front. From the side, you really do get the perspective that the Kia Sportage is a crossover SUV. So it is a CUV, as some people like to call them, but some of the things that are noticeable here are the 18-inch alloy wheels with the black insets there. These are nice looking wheels. They're not something that you will see on other manufacturers really, and they set the Kia Sportage SX apart from other vehicles. I like the chrome trim. I like the fact that the roof rails are well done up at the top as well, and they're full length pretty much of the vehicle. This also has the panoramic roof inside, so you have basically glass over the back passengers and front passengers. From the side, you're also going to notice little touches like the chrome door handles and the turn signals in the mirrors. All of this stuff is it is the stuff that makes these cars seem like a lot of value is being had for the money, and we think that Kia has done a really nice job with the Sportage and the evolution of the Sportage. From the back, the Kia Sportage is an interesting vehicle, and it's definitely a crossover. It is a lift gate, so you lift the door up, and the lift over height to get packages in the back is actually pretty good, even for short people. You can really see the roof rails here again in that chrome cladding. And then what's interesting to note is that the soft curve of the top comes over, and then the back of the vehicle ends fairly abruptly. This is a fairly flat backed vehicle, although that short rear window does have a nice curve to it, and there is detail there, like under the Sportage badge. You can see the detail in the body. This car does have dual exhaust, and something else that's interesting to note is that it has an integrated rear spoiler that helps the drag coefficient and moving air over the vehicle so that you get better fuel economy and stability. Also note that the turn signals are actually those lights down at the lower portion of the vehicle, just like if you go left from the license plate, the far left of that light is the turn signal, and it breaks up the light pattern in the back of this vehicle during the day and at night. So all in all, they've wrapped up the design nicely in the back, and the Kia Sportage is pretty good looking from all sides. From the driver's seat, the Kia Sportage, well, it is following the design language that Kia had set out to really change to when they brought on their newer designers. And that was really to go for a more European look, something really more German. And they've done a nice job here. They have nice features like the steering wheel controls. You have your Bluetooth controls for your phone, your audio controls, cruise control, all up there on the steering wheel. Although the phone buttons are down there on that silver center spoke down at the bottom, so that's a little interesting. Everything's reachable. It has a high center console so that the shift is higher up and easy to reach because you are in this SUV crossover type seating position, so you're sitting up higher than in a car. All in all, everything is reachable. It has a touchscreen navigation system that is nice in this particular model because it's the SX, and you also have heated and cooled driver's seat, which is a nice luxury feature to go along with the leather interior. Under the hood, you're going to find a 2-liter turbocharged direct-injected 4-cylinder engine. Turbos have really become all the rage because they really do help bring power to a smaller-sized engine, and direct injection is also helpful in the uplift in power and economy. This car will also get, well, I should say crossover, will get 20 miles per gallon in town, 25 out on the highway, and 22 combined. At least that's what the EPA estimates. That's about a $2,400 annual fuel cost, at least at the time that this Moroni sheet was given on the 2013 Sportage. Something else that we'd like to point out is that this car has a 6-speed automatic transmission and does have the manual mode available, so that if you want to shift through the gears you can do so, giving it that sporty flair. Now there's some discrepancy in the horsepower figures that we found, but 260 or 256 are the two numbers that were most consistent, so it's about 260 horsepower coming from the 2-liter turbo, and that'll propel you 0 to 60 in somewhere between 6 and 7 seconds. We have the all-wheel drive, so we'll go closer to 7 seconds. Hitting the road in the 2013 Kia Sportage. With this turbo, you have good power. The direct injection helps with any of the lag. There is a little bit of lag there, but the experience in driving the car from a first impressions perspective is enjoyable. It's sporty. It'll get you up to speed. I mean, the 0 to 60 time that we mentioned, between 6 and 7 seconds, is great for this size of an SUV, and especially considering the $32,000 price point that we're looking at with this car with all the features. It drives well. It does not have electric steering. It's actually really funny that they note on the Moroni that it's a motor-driven power steering. So that actually means that you get a little bit more feedback through the wheel. The steering doesn't really succumb to the numb sense that some of the electronic steering will give you, and it is an older style. It drives well. It's got good weight, decent center feel. The suspension will soak up the bumps. I wouldn't say that it's a particularly luxurious ride, but it is fine for everyday use as far as a first impressions perspective goes. All in all, the vehicle drives well. It's great value for the money, and most people will find that it'll service them around town and on car trips in a good fashion.
So that's the Real First Impressions video edition of the 2013 Kia Sportage. This is the SX all-wheel drive. It has the 2-liter turbo motor with 260 horsepower and will jump up to 0 to 60 in about 6, or maybe 7 seconds, depending on who you read. And it costs just about $32,400 as tested. We think it is a nice offering from Kia, not brand new, it's been out for a year or so, and 2013 is basically its second model year, but we think that the first impressions are a real thumbs up. So, we'll see you for the real video and the real review coming up very shortly here on Real Auto Reports. I'm Jonathan McGrew, and we'll see you down the road.